Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, and welcome to Unturned 3.13.4. Today's or this week's update is awesome. It adds an awesome new aspect to the game, interactable world objects, as well as completely revamping the multiplayer networking system in terms of vehicle, zombie, and player movement. Lots of cool stuff in this week's update. Let's get right into it. Now first up, we have the interactable world objects. Now right now there's just a few items that are showcasing this, but in the future there will be a lot more things that you can actually mess around with, open and close around in the world. But as of right now, things like these car lifts or street lamps or cabinets and fridges and stuff of that nature can be opened or closed or activated in some sort of way. They can be interacted with, as the name suggests. For things that require power, like the traffic lights and these car lifts, if you use a generator nearby, as long as it's within the radius, as if you were like powering a work light, you can now interact with these objects. Now for these car lifts, you can open them up and down. Look at that. That is so cool. So you can leave it down, and then you can drive a roadster up. Okay, too fast, jeez. All right, well, I actually lined that up pretty well. But anyway, you can drive it up, and then you can lift it up, and then you can like work on it underneath, which I guess doesn't make much sense because you can just take a blowtorch and just blowtorch it from the side. But perhaps in the future, maybe you could only be allowed to blowtorch it from underneath in order to repair it. So you can have some person taking over the mechanic shop and being the mechanic worker, like for RP servers or something like that. So that is one example, but you can also open up fridges, or you can open up cabinets, or you can turn a generator on nearby a traffic light or a street lamp like this, and you can turn it on like that. Very cool. Or you can go up to a traffic light and turn those on as well. And also, one of my favorites is you can open and close these crossing arms if you have a power source to it. So if you take over the military base in some sort of PvP server, you can open and close these crossing arms to limit the amount of car traffic that's going through here. So if your friend says, hey, I'm pulling up into your base, open up the crossing arm for me, you can open it up before he gets here, and then, you let him drive it in, and then you close it, and then nobody else will be able to get in through a car. I mean, I guess they could go up here and then they have to get out and open it, but then that's when you shoot them. But anyway, those are all the interactable world objects as of right now, but in the future, things like kitchen cabinets or stoves or laundry machines or drying machines will all be able to be opened and closed. So, you can hide inside them, or more importantly, you can find stuff inside them. So very, very cool. I'm very excited to see what kind of things are added in the future. As of right now, it's already super cool. You guys should comment your suggestions for future interactable objects, but that pretty much wraps up everything regarding that new aspect. Next up, there's a new outline shader, which is all the green and red outlines that appear around vehicles and items and stuff like that in the world. It's a small change, but I definitely noticed the improvement. It's a lot more smooth, and the outlines fade in upon first looking at the vehicle or item. As you can see, it's a nice green glow, and it's just nice looking. Now keep in mind that in the graphics settings, it will automatically default your outline quality to low, so make sure that you turn it up to ultra. It won't be that much of a performance impact to make the edges nice and smooth and just look super cool. There's also a new ambient occlusion shader, which should help out performance as well. I don't notice any sort of difference between now and before, but just in general, I think the game looks really good. I think perhaps it's a placebo effect or some sort, but I do notice that the shading just does look really good, and that might be because of the new ambient occlusion shader. I'm not entirely sure. Next up, we have a new key purchasing page. Now, if you guys have purchased any sort of keys in the past, you guys know that it could be better, and for that reason we do have a new page. I think Valve announced this new item store or whatever like yesterday or something, so Nelson took advantage of that. Now when it comes to purchasing any sort of microtransactions inside of games, there's an individual page for it, so you can add things to your cart. Now Unturned only has one key, so this page is kind of empty, but like for Global Offensive or something like that, there are a lot of things that you can purchase in here. So my main thing is that you can purchase more than one now at a time. So you just add several to your cart and then you can purchase it that way. So it just makes purchasing these keys a lot easier. And for my case opening videos, I have to individually go and complete an individual transaction for each and every single key. And that was kind of a pain in the butt. So now I no longer need to worry about that. Not to mention this new page just it looks really good, so I'm definitely liking that. A pretty considerable tweak, the Zubeknikov has been buffed a little bit in that it's a little bit more accurate when you're aiming down the sight. It's now only slightly worse than the other assault rifles, whereas before it was pretty bad at long range. The hip fire is still pretty wide. And next up is the new multiplayer networking. Now I'm sure many of you guys have played multiplayer of Unturned and you're fully aware of how players and vehicle move. It's good, but it's very smooth. Like, smooth not in a good way, it's like very, very smooth. So when people and players and vehicles move, they're so smoothed down that they kind of glide all over the place. And for vehicles, if it's going over a hill, it's so smooth that sometimes it actually goes through the hill and stuff like that. It's not like a game-breaking thing, but nonetheless, that was all fixed in this week's update. Player and vehicle and zombie movement is very, very responsive now. It looks like you are playing single player. You know, I'm showing you some of this footage on the screen right now, but most importantly, I think you guys should just hop on a server and check it out for yourself. It's very, very nice, and I'm definitely happy with the new multiplayer networking. It's also going to make sniping pretty difficult because the movement, as you can see right now, is very, very quick, just like it is on your screen. So moving around super quickly will make it super difficult for a sniper to hit you. So very, very cool. I give it a triple thumbs up. I grow a third arm and I give it another thumbs up. But that pretty much wraps up everything in this week's update. There were a few minor little tweaks and additions and improvements, but if you guys would like to check those out, as always, I will put the full update post in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish because MeLikeBigBoom is out.